We're going to be correcting our last worksheet on this science series. So Earth has, are these true or false? Earth has unlimited natural resources. The very first paragraph says, Earth's supply of fossil fuels, metals, and other minerals is limited. Now we know that those are natural resources. So would that first one be true or would it be false? Think about it for just a second. False. To make that statement true, we would say Earth has limited natural resources. Forests are renewable. Forests are renewable resources. Let's look up here and see what it says about forests. Forests can be regrown by planting new trees, but scientists cannot make more iron and gold in the laboratory. So we've talked about these natural resources are not renewable and they're limited. So are forests renewable? According to this, they are. So our answer here would be true. Our next question. Scientists can make gold in the laboratory. It says right there, but scientists cannot make more iron and gold in the laboratory. So that's false. They might be able to make something that looks like it, but it won't truly be gold. Solar and wind energy resources won't run out. Let's see what our passage says. They, meaning scientists, are also trying to find better ways to use plentiful energy sources such as solar and wind in power. So they've called those plentiful. So solar, wind, and energy sources won't run out. That has to be true. Think about it though, the wind will never stop blowing and you can never turn off the sun. Minerals are renewable. Is this true or false? Okay, because Earth has limited mineral and fossil fuel resources. So are they renewable? No, they are not renewable. It takes a long process and millions of years to make these fossil fuels. Many people involved in conserving resources use the slogan, reduce, reuse, recycle. How would you explain each of these things? How would doing each of these things help conserve natural resources? Explain why. All right, when you reduce your use, you don't use as much. And you're not creating such a pull or draw on the natural resources. So there's more in reserve. So if you reuse things, you're first off preventing there's less waste in the landfill. And also, anytime you reuse something, something else is not getting used. So you're conserving more resources. When you conserve something, you save it for later. So the other one is recycle. Let's see, when you recycle things, let me think for a second. Things like when you recycle metals, they are used to create new things. And the old metal is being used again. So you don't have to come up with new metal to create new things. You're doing it with old metal. So we're not pulling that metal from our resources. So those are how those things help conserve natural resources. You should have answered that in sentence form. I was just giving you little tidbits there that you could have used in your answer. Remember when you answer a question like this and they give you many lines, Remember these things. You want complete sentences. You need end punctuation. And one of my rules is never use pronouns. I should be able to read your answer and know immediately what you're talking about without reading the question. For instance, how would you explain each of these things? How would you... I need to slow down. How would doing each of these things help conserve natural resources? So instead of saying they, you would say reduce, reuse, and recycle would help conserve natural resources by. But you would not say they. You would not use that pronoun there. All right, check your sheet, correct your sheet, and don't forget to do some Quizlet practice. Oh, let's look at these again. Conserve, to serve, to save or use sparingly, renewable, able to be replaced by a new supply. Okay, have a great day, kids.